South Carolina at Clemson, you don't have to wait for it. It's kicking off high noon Eastern time. They're 12 o'clock on ESPN. This one is at Clemson, and last time South Carolina was there, I was surprised by the result. They won it, and it kind of made everyone go, wait, they did what now? And then last year, Clemson won a slugfest. So this year, it's back at Clemson. There's no way this game fails to deliver. I am predicting minimum a 3.5 Chalai rating out of 5 on this game. That's the over-under, 3.5 Chalai. It's an extremely high over-under. Which way are these programs trending? That's not always an indicator of how a game's going to go. But humor me, if you're listening right now or watching right now, which way does it feel like these programs are trending? I think most people would say it feels like Clemson's trending down and South Carolina's trending up. Now, what is momentum worth to you? Because to me, momentum lasts as long as the next game you play, especially when you're playing each other. And it doubly especially when it's an in-state rivalry and you're playing each other. So Clemson's got everything they need here. They're a short 2.5-point favorite. They're at home. And they're both still in the running. Do you understand what the ramifications are here? They're both in the running for a playoff spot. Clemson has faced 2 teams that I have in my JP poll top 30. Not the end-all, be-all, just broad strokes purposes. I'm trying to tell you the quality of team that they've played. They've played 2 teams that I have in my personal top 30. That's Georgia and Louisville. I think we remember how those 2 games went. They got blasted by Georgia. They kind of got blasted by Louisville as well. They've played 8 FBS teams outside of the top 80 or 50. Yeah, 50 sounds more right. They've outscored them 339 to 161. So basically what we're asking here is Clemson legitimate? Like, there's no in between. Are they legitimate, or are they a team that can get fat on inferior competition, but they have real scaling issues? Scaling meaning, of course, when you face legitimate competition, that stat profile does not carry over proportionally. I always love to take phraseology from our buddies at College Football Nerds. Scaling, how do they scale? I love it. I give them full permission to steal from me. Most of the time it's just quirky anecdotes that they steal from me. South Carolina, if they stick to their script here, they're good. Now, that's easier said than done. But they are a top 30 explosive play group offensively. And Clemson's defense, 94th in the country in explosive plays allowed. You can get them on the ground, through the air. You can get Clemson. South Carolina had turnover issues earlier in the season, but in this recent stretch of consecutive wins they've had, they're plus 3 turnovers in their last 5 games. Clemson's defense, they thrive off of creating turnovers, getting positive field position off turnovers, and if you take that from them, that's a vital element of their team profile that you've taken from them. So again, that's the script. That's what South Carolina has been. Will they be that here? I think Cade Klubnik, the Clemson quarterback, is the most important player in this game. He is the padlock stat. If you tell me how his day is going to go, I think I can tell you how this game's going to go. The splits for him relative to competition are pretty significant. It mirrors what Clemson as a team is. He's been very good at home, and especially against inferior competition, and then when the competition level ramps up, not so much. And I have got him at home, but I've got him against the best pass rush I think he'll see all year. South Carolina's 8th in the country in pressure rate. Clemson, 69th in pressure rate allowed. Cade Klubnik's got to have the best game of his season here. It's big open-ended question mark sort of thing. I'm not saying he won't. I'm saying, will he? Like, he needs to. Clemson has allowed 9 sacks in their last 2 games against Power 4 teams. So that's how you wreck the game if you're South Carolina. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. The number right now at FanDuel is Clemson minus 2.5. Model largely agrees. We got Clemson minus 3. I think that the model has been wrong on Clemson most of the year. It took me until later in the season to realize it, but it was a little too high. I think it was right on Miami. I think it's been too high on Clemson. I still think it's a little too high on Clemson. I just think it's having trouble ingesting that stat profile because there's such a difference in scaling, like I said. All of their hay has been made against inferior teams, and the 2 shots they've gotten against teams more the caliber of South Carolina, they haven't done anything. I mean, in fact, they've had things done to them. I think South Carolina's going to win the game outright. Hell, who knows? Maybe if it was a night game, I'd feel differently. I think South Carolina's going to go in there and get the win, and it's going to be really, really big for both programs. It will be either way. I don't know. I just feel good about South Carolina right now, so I'll give them a slight edge.